plenty times, and I will raise it again and again, so hopefully it sinks in that we do need to have a wider friendship group and circles. I know for a fact that, I can sit anywhere with any background, any age, and, I'm one of the very few people that would mix and mingle like that. But everyone else that I speak to, they're like, oh, but I've never met a revert, or I've never done that, because you've not made the effort, because you do stick to your own. You only go to certain places and you're not that inviting. I'm sorry, but we have to take accountability for why we are the way we are. Because when we want to make an effort with our friendship groups, when we want to make an effort, we obviously go the extra mile. We want to go and search for that Iraqi or that Pakistani or that Iranian group or that mosque or that center. Or once we know that they speak the same language, that's who we will stick to. And the thing is, like Robert said, and I've always said this, I love having this platform because it's not about bringing all, Muslims together in a particular, Iraqi or, Pakistani or Iranian, revert, Muslim, convert, from whatever background. We're sitting together here and we're quite, sitting together integrated. And that's what it's about, not looking beyond that, as much as our cultures are part of our identity. But it's actually now, from more and more conversations like this, it's actually holding us back when we're only sticking to that, when we're only keeping ourselves in these groups. And it's really such a shame, because Islam really is not about that. It is about, spreading it widely. And we're just so fearful. And I can understand the previous generation, coming here as immigrants and feeling that way and thinking that they're losing their identity. But they've been here now for at least 30, 40 years, knowing that they can integrate their own backgrounds here, be British, be Muslim, be, Pakistani, Iranian, whatever it may be, same like in the US. And, have a sort of, a rainbow of colors when it comes to your identity. Now, what more would you advise the community in order for them to not just become cultural centers amongst their families and friends and mosques, but actually hear these voices like Robert, like he is sitting here and unfortunately hasn't, been deterred by the unfortunate representation of Muslims, which is really sad, actually, that we actually have to sit here saying that. As much as they are good, we should be not having any of those representations, which actually deter Muslims from even entering and then leaving, because that is our responsibility. So how do you feel that we can move forward with this in order for us to actually become, not just people of color, race, background, but people of humanity, people of, understanding, and especially if someone's coming in as a Muslim, we are really going to take them on like our responsibility, like our family and our close friend. How would you try and move this forward?
First of all, I really admire the journey which Robert took, and I congratulate him for that, and I encourage him to continue to stand for Islam, not to stand for people who claim to be Muslims. What I mean here is that try to know Islam from the sources and practice that according to the real Islam. The real Islam wants us to be the ummah, and that's the key word, ummah, community. We have our own families, yeah, immediate families, nucleus family, but then we have the bigger family, or the biggest family of ummah. When you look at the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you see him, you see Ali bin Abi Talib, you see others who are Quraysh. Then you see someone, for example, Miqdad, who was known Miqdad ibn al-Aswad, Miqdad, son of the black man. Can you imagine, yeah, in the history? Then you have Salman al-Farisi, Salman the Persian. You have Suhaib al-Rumi, Suhaib the Roman. This is the ummah of Islam. Inna hadhihi ummatukum ummatan wahida wa ana rabbukum fa'budun. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that this ummah of yours is one, and I am your Lord, so worship me. It is here we need to bring the concept of ummah from our heads, from wherever it is, make it practical, let it be seen. As Sister Fahima, you say, it's true. Unfortunately, we have this issue. Unfortunately, still we have our local centers, local jamaats, local masjid, and we like to be connected with that one, to be known we are people from this particular group. This is wrong. We need to bring the concept of ummah, put it into practice in order for us to be seen together. And anyone who wants to practice the same issues of unfortunately to say that there are those people who have this kind of thinking, I will be safe if I am with the people I share the culture. Come on, we have the culture of Islam. And that is the culture which we all want to adhere into. We all claim that Imam, the 12th Imam, when he reappears, he will bring all the Ummah together. And it's true. There will be 313, the leaders who will be with him. They will be from all over the world. We want to be part and parcel of that particular movement, that particular setup. And it is here we need to challenge these ideas that no, we want to set our own community. What about the others? Who will take care of them?
Exactly.
What are you going to say to your Lord when you meet with with the angels? Oh, I segregated because why? I thought it was easy for me to act according to my culture, my ethnicity. That's totally wrong. And it is here we need to encourage Brother Robert to continue to search for the right mindset, people who have the right mindset. And these are your brothers, these are your sisters. Do not allow anyone who may come to you and say, oh, you know what, you are not a born Muslim because why? Your culture is totally different. Say, my culture is Islam. Salman al-Farisi, Salman al-Farisi, yeah, at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there were some companions who wanted to say, Salman, I am son of so, I come from this clan and this tribe. Who is your father? Who are you, son of who? Salman said the beautiful answer. The beautiful answer by saying, Ana ibnul Islam. I am the son of Islam. And this is fantastic. And this, I think, if you take it, Robert, to anyone and you say, I am the son of that Islam, Islam is my family, and I adhere to that, that will be fantastic. And I know Robert wanted to ask a question. We don't want him to forget that question, Sister Fahima, if you don't mind.
Of course, please go
Yeah.
ahead before the end of the show.
Okay, really quick. Okay, with the halal meat and food in general, how should we take like the human toll in all of this? Like the people working in the factories, the people in the fields and everything. Like how does that play into like the larger scale of the halal industry or food industry in general?
Yeah. So
Shay.
in terms of touching, for example, if someone who, let's say, he has contaminated his hands with something which we call najis, and then he touches a meat which is halal, has been slaughtered in a halal way. The only thing you need to do is just wash it. Wash it normally, and then you can prepare it and eat it. Sometimes we go to places where those people who serve the food are not Muslims. If they touch the food and if they have contaminated their hands and then they touch the food, you cannot eat that. But if that they just serve you and there's no any contamination, no problem at all. You can enjoy your halal food.
Was there anything else you'd like to add before the end, Robert?
Mm, let me think. What about the mistreatment? Because I know like in the fields and stuff, they use people and they don't pay them as much. And the conditions of like the human aspect, it's like really low. Like you see articles about it, you read it. It's not just in like the slaughterhouses or anything, but even the fields. Like people are out there in horrendous conditions. Like should we do about those type of aspects? I guess. Like, is there anything we can do aside from like trying to push and persuade the companies in charge to like make changes? Or...
Mm.
Jeff, did you hear that?
Yeah, sure. I think ill treatment to judge or to act in a way of not practicing justice among the employees, that is totally haram. It's not allowed. Unfortunately, you may find some people who have Islamic names and they show that ill treatment to their employees. That is not allowed totally. It is haram, and we have to speak against those people. And I know, for example, when the month of Muharram comes, there are many speakers, when they speak, scholars, they talk to people, they say exactly, why are you fighting and cry for Imam Hussein while you treat your people, your employees, like the way Yazid used to treat people? So there is that kind of awareness, and we need to speak and we need to bring the awareness that it is haram, it's not allowed. Concept of halal is not by eating food only. Halal is your wage which you are making. If you are mistreating people and you commit injustice, and then you sit on your table and you eat what called halal, you have eaten a lot of haram. It's just this food. We need to live a life which is halal life in order for us to be better people, inshallah.
Wow, I think I could not have ended it better myself. That was an absolute amazing point, Sheikh, that you brought at the end, and that is so true. Thank you so much, Sheikh, for your time. Thank you so much, Robert, as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really, really, hope that we continue to collaborate and connect. Inshallah, when you're here in the UK, we will all sit together and we will, integrate properly, and we'll go to all the centers. I think I had an idea now talking on this show. We're going to go with a herd of all types of people to all these cultural centers, and let's see how actually we are received. And inshallah, we can only bring more collaboration, because I know I'm not the one to let them take over. We're going to take over. We're going to make it happen. Inshallah, we have to take that stand. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Inshallah, we will see you all soon. Take care. It was an amazing show tonight. I hope you enjoyed it like how I did, and we will be back next week with another episode. Have a lovely evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa